Once upon a time, in the bustling heart of Lagos, where the streets never slept and the sound of car horn blended with laughter, shouting and praise, lived a woman called Mama Nkechi. She wasn't rich by any worldly standard. She sold akara by the roadside and lived in a humble one-room apartment in Ajegunle. But what Mama Nkechi lacked in wealth, she carried in overflowing faith. Everyone in the neighborhood knew her. At 5 a.m., before even the earliest bus driver hit the road, Mama Nkechi's voice would ring out in prayer and songs of praise. Her neighbors, some annoyed, some amused, called her the loud prayer woman. But none could deny that when Mama Nkechi prayed, there was something different, something powerful in the air. Our only son, Chuka, was a pride and joy. He was a gentle young man, just 22, and the first in the family to attend university. Mama Nkechi's greatest dream was to see him graduate and rise beyond the struggle that had marked our own life. She always said, "Chuka, you are my testimony in the making." But life in Lagos can turn joy to sorrow without warning. One rainy night, Chuka returned home from school looking pale and weak. "Mama, I do feel somehow," he whispered before collapsing on the floor. Panic swept through their home. Neighbors rushed in, helped lift him onto a borrowed mattress, and the following day, Mama Nkechi used her entire savings to take him to the hospital. The doctor's word felt like stone on her heart. "Madam, your son's case is critical. It's kidney failure. We need urgent dialysis," or he didn't finish the sentence, but Mama Nkechi understood. She ran from church to church, pastor to pastor, prayer meetings to vigil. She fasted, sowed seeds, pleaded with relatives, but money was scarce, and Chuka's condition worsened. One night, back in their small room, Mama Nkechi knelt beside her son, whose skin was turning yellow. The generator hummed outside. The smell of wet Lagos streets and the distant sound of gospel music playing from a neighbor's radio filled the room. Tears ran freely down her face. "Lord," she whispered, "I have praised you when I had nothing. I had danced for you with broken slippers. I have fed the hungry when my own stomach was empty. If I have found favor before you, please don't let me bury my son." For hours she prayed, ignoring her aching knees, ignoring the clock as it moved past midnight, and finally, her voice trembling, she whispered, "Lord, into your hands I surrender all. If this be the last amen I say over my son, let it be the amen that reaches your throne." She laid her head on Chuka's arm, exhausted, and in that still moment, something changed. Chuka stared, his eyes, dull and half closed for days, fluttered open. Weakly, he whispered, "Mama." Mama Nkechi shut up, her heart pounding. "Chuka! Jesus!" she shouted, calling neighbors who rushed in that moment. What doctors said was impossible to turn around. Over the next few days, without dialysis, without a miracle drug, Chuka began to recover. When they returned to the hospital, doctors were stunned. "Madam, what did you do?" one asked. With tears and a wide smile, Mama Nkechi lifted her hands. Na God oh, only God. Word spread quickly. Soon, Chuka was invited to share his testimony on a Christian radio program in Lagos. As he spoke into the microphone, his voice was steady but emotional. He recounted, "There were moments when I felt my spirit leaving, but I kept hearing my mother's voice, calling on God. I knew that even if I had nothing else, I had her prayers." If you are listening today, let me tell you, when life turns its back, don't turn your back on God. My survivor is not medicine, it's mercy. Listeners across Lagos wept and called him. Some rededicated their life to Christ. Others, struggling in hospital, said they found hope again. Back home, Mama Nkechi sat in her little room, listening to her son on radio. Tears rolled down her face, not of sorrow, but of gratitude. She raised her hands and softly sang, "You are too beautiful to fail me." From that day, Mama Nkechi's house became a place of encouragement. Neighbors who once mocked her loud prayers now came to her for counsel. She led a small fellowship under the mango tree in the compound, drawing both young and old to Christ. Through it all, she remained humble. When asked how she felt being known all over Lagos now, she would smile and say, "I am only a woman who knows where her help comes from." The last amen Mama Nkechi thought she was speaking over her son became a beginning, not just for Chuka, but for many souls. Her story reminds us that when all seems lost, when the world says it's over, God says, "Watch me work." And to all the listeners, viewers, and friends, may this story lift your hearts. Your last amen may yet open heaven's door. Never stop believing. To all subscribers and first-time viewers, thank you. You are part of the journey of hope and faith. Please click the subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you never miss an episode of stories that glorify God and inspire souls. Thank you for watching.